I traded in my basketball shorts for skinny jeans.
What's up, guys and dolls? I'm Bernard. This is I Know Hou, and today I'm gonna get drunk with Jay Bee Zay. We're chilling over here at the Trish Badger's photography studio on the East End, and this place is baller. It's Jay Bee Zay on I Know Hou. Let's do it! Woo! So you guys remember Mariana Sokol? Yeah. Well, about 2 years ago, she was like, hey, you gotta come meet my buddy Jay. He does one of the best open mics in Houston. And I was like, check it out. Let's see what we got here. Lo and behold, I met this crazy dude with the long beard, and I was like, who is this guy? And as soon as I talked to him, I was like, oh, he gets it. And you'll get it too. Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Bee Zay. Let's get some clapping, Melanie. Clap it up for him. That's right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Jay, thanks for being on the show today.
Cheers.
Yeah, something like that. Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, man. How's it going? Feeling good?
Good. Yeah.
You just got off a tour, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
From my house.
Yeah. Nice. So hey, man, great to see you. How you doing? Feeling good?
Good. Yeah. Just been practicing, working, lots of music, drinking. Yeah.
We might actually try Sober Week one of these days. Never mind.
Sounds horrible.
Scratching that idea. So Jay, tell me a little about yourself. Where are you from originally?
I grew up in a small town called Dickinson.
They're a solid music scene.
No.
All the viewers want to know, is there actually a chin behind the beard?
Actually, it's all chin. My beard's really not that long.
Really?
This is just a little stubble.
I have to pull this out because I never remember any of the
questions.
Yeah, we'll just edit that out. So Jay, tell me, when did you realize that like music was a thing and you're like, yeah, I want to do this?
Whenever I played an original song for my grandmother, and she actually really liked it. Yeah, it was like just playing for family, and it was an original song. She loved it, and I don't know, I was like, maybe I could actually do this.
Your original instrument is guitar?
Guitar, yeah.
Are there any other instruments that you play?
I play a little bit of keys. I play ukulele a lot too, so I really enjoy the ukulele. I'm trying to break the stereotype that it's either gonna have to be a female that plays ukulele or a big Hawaiian guy.
How long have you actually been playing, writing your own music, doing things like that?
I've been playing for about 10 years, 12 years.
Jeez. Where do you get motivation to write your songs? Like, what's your like?
I don't know. I try to listen to all different kinds of stuff. So I don't want to put myself in a box to where I'm only listening to the same stuff and all my music sounds exactly the same. I try to experiment with other things too, as far as bringing in other instruments. This is my first time working with a violinist.
Nice,
and a mandolin player, and then performing with the uke. So
and that's your band, right?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your band.
Jay Bee Zay and the Nightcrawlers.
What type of music is that?
It's kind of folky, rock. It's heavily influenced with kind of the pop punk scene back in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
But it's all acoustic.
By the way, I have to do this quick commercial for Trish Badger Photography. Trish Badger is one of the best photographers in Houston.
One of the best live performance photographers for sure.
My greatest musical influence is a dude named Ryan Schuett. I grew up with him. He got me into the punk scene back when we were in middle school. But he's not a musician. He just does his thing.
Yeah.
Who is your greatest musical influence? This can be a person that you grew up with. This can actually be an artist. This can be a person that doesn't even do music at all. Like,
I used to watch MTV a lot.
Yeah,
late at night when they played the music videos.
Oh, when they actually had music.
When they actually had music videos.
Yes, I remember that.
I would have it on, and then I'd fall asleep to it, and I woke up to an Alicia Keys Unplugged.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about too.
Yeah, and it was fantastic, and I don't know what made me just like watch the entire thing, but I did, and and I was like, man, I could do that, and like, I know, right? I could totally do that.
I got this.
If Alicia Keys can do it, so can I. But no, I bought like Songwriters for Dummies. I showed my best friend, Richard, my first song that I ever wrote, and he said it was terrible. He didn't BS me. He told me straight, like, that sucks. You need to keep practicing, and that's exactly what I did. That's a good friend that will just straight up tell you you suck.
Like, no, you suck, bro.
It wasn't in a mean way. He was just like, you suck. Keep practicing. Maybe you'll get better.
Jay, what do you want to do when your music grows up?
I mean, that's all I want to do is music.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't want a job.
Except for music.
Except for music. Well, I don't even want to look at music as a job. That's where a lot of musicians in town fail. I was there for a short period of time. I was doing covers for a year, and it got to the point where I didn't want to go. Like a job.
Hold on, I gotta do this real quick.
Selfie with Jay Bee Zay.
Oh man. So what's your take on the art scene in Houston? Like the totality of arts.
Oh, fantastic. I love the art in Houston. The street art, I love the neighborhood that I'm living in. I come home every day and just see
Graffiti?
Graffiti.
And
I love
ruffians? And vagabonds?
The street art is some of the best I've seen. As far as music goes, I come across jaw-dropping performers. I do the open mic and jaw-dropping performances like all the time. And then this goes out to all the young artists starting out in Houston. Charge for your music.
Yes. I think you said something one day about like, I'm not going to name the place, but you're like, this place? Nah, I don't think I'm gonna play there, cause like, no, they're basically paying me off of tips. Like, you gotta pay me. And I was like, yeah, Jay stepped it up, and I can respect that, dude, cause like,
Know your value.
yeah, exactly.
Know your value. If you feel like you can play for free, that's exactly what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm worth something, and I demand for my talent.
Demand satisfaction. I also demand satisfaction. I demand satisfaction. Indeed. Slap, slap. What about the modeling scene in Houston? I would consider that part of the arts. I consider that
I agree. I'm super amateur when it comes to modeling. I just started doing it maybe like a year and a half ago.
Okay. What about the photography scene in Houston?
Jordan Shapa, I mean, she's out of Austin. Kelly Ham, I've worked with both of them. Trish Badger, of course.
Shout out.
Misty Reed. Rodney Waters. No, I did a photo shoot that got published in Texas Ink magazine.
Really?
Recently. Yeah, it's in Barnes and Nobles.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you classify Houston's arts scene? Where are you gonna throw it at?
10.
10?
Yeah, man. You know, I've traveled a little bit and experienced some different music scenes, and I always get pulled back in.
Texas is a thing, dude.
Dude, like,
We know music.
completely underrated.
You're giving the Houston music scene a 10 out of 10. What are you going to do to evolve and stay ahead of that? So you got to be an 11. So what do you do artistically, music, just everything?
That's what I like about my open mic so much, because I get to see so many different performers and what they're doing. I've given bands advice when they're telling me, especially people that are new to town, and they're like, so what do I need to do to be successful here? I was like, just stay together. Just stay together. Stay a band. Stay relevant. I hate to say it, but in Houston, being like super talented doesn't get you that far. It's really putting yourself out there consistently, and don't take long breaks. Don't stop playing for months and then expect, you know, all those people that were coming to your shows are just gonna pick right back up because they've already moved on to another band that they really like. Don't keep starting new projects, you know, all the time, because when people are online, or out in bars, they'll see the name. They'll see your band name. Like, oh, heard of those guys. They just heard of you. They didn't even they don't know your music. They just know the name. And for them to just know the name, that makes them want to see you, because like, oh, I've seen them in multiple places that I go. I should probably watch them.
Check them out, yeah.
Yeah, I should probably check them out.
Consistency is key.
Indeed.
Where can we find Jay Bee Zay?
I'm gigging randomly with the Nightcrawlers. I do my open mic at Darwin's every Thursday.
Every Thursday? Okay.
Darwin's Pub over there on Wall in Washington.
Well, hey man, dude, thanks for chilling with me. You wanna do something ridiculous?
Yeah.